Hey everybody, welcome back to our final episode. This is it. No more after this one of the Hawkeye watch party and after show. So welcome. We're here to discuss, to lead up to how this thing is all gonna wrap up and how this is gonna end. Will it be good? Will it be bad? We really just do not know. Compared to last week, hopefully it's better than what it was. So there we go. Uh, we're waiting for one person still to come jump on board, but we're going to be starting right now. So in the meantime, Malik, introduce yourself.
Hello, everybody, especially the normal crew that we've been having. Siddharth, hi to you too. I know we'll probably get a few more people in here, but Malik on Ox on all social media platforms. I'm excited. I hope this one is a lot better. Looking back on last week's episode and after watching it again, watching us again and watching us bash it, I feel like if the show wasn't moving this slow, it wouldn't have left such a sour taste in our mouth. Now the photo, I kind of understand only to the degree. Now I understand now to a degree because he's a hard man to catch. He's a hard man to follow, to keep up with. So to get a really blurry photo makes more sense to like real life. But it just leaves a sour taste in your mouth because the show runs so slow and they're like baby stepping you into it. But that still doesn't negate the fact that they have extremely amount of subplot lines that have no end to them. So that's where I'm at. I tie up at least 2 or 3 of these subplot lines for me. And I think it'll be a halfway decent show.
Yep. And look who popped in right now, just a couple minutes into everything. Can you introduce yourself since you just popped in?
Once again, it is me, the J to the E to the double F -ry. Everyone can relax. I'm here now. I'm here to save the day. And it is time for the Hawkeye watch party on MUSE TV, or as I like to call it, why Clint Barton is a terrible father.
Oh, we already got comments coming in from Siddharth. Hello, Siddharth. So, since we're leading up into this Hawkeye thing, Malik wanted to actually bring up a nice little question to you concerning the biggest movie that is around right now, Spider-Man: No Way Home. So, take it away. Go for your conversation.
Go ahead, Malik. That was a really good movie. 8.5. You're harsher than I thought. Now that I've seen it.
Oh wait, you're giving me a hard time now?
I'm not like a hard time. I'm just saying. That's tough.
That's a positive review that's a good review.
No, I know it's a good review, but I was thoroughly pleased. To me personally, I think I haven't watched it a second time, but I think it's possibly the best Spider-Man movie.
I don't want to get into the weeds about Spider-Man,
okay,
because a lot of people may not have seen it yet, and a lot of my problems are plot and spoiler related. And as far as I'm concerned, I gave it a fairly positive review. I simply don't think it's the greatest Spider-Man movie ever. I think I would put it at a similar level as Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
But it's not better than Spider-Man or Spider-Man 2.
I actually liked it
but
a lot.
We're here for the Hawkeye watch party. Break out your Celsius, get your chips and dip ready, because we're about to have a great time.
And here comes some comments now.
Well, what can we even say about No Way Home? Because the movie came out on Friday. It's Tuesday night now. Some people still haven't even seen it yet because it was like sold out everywhere.
Yeah, in LA it's been hard to get.
We could probably, Mike, we could probably do a whole show just about if we, but I don't want to get into the weeds and talk about Spider-Man spoilers.
Well, it's still too early because it's a lot of people, like you said, a lot of people haven't seen it. Like I've been trying to get a second screening of it, and I can't get a ticket in Dolby Vision.
Well, but we've all seen it now, right?
Yeah.
For your
I'll
explanation
I'll just give you an example. I'll give you an
Wait, wait,
example.
Malik.
Malik, I want to give you an example. Like
Mhm,
Jamie Foxx. Like Jamie Foxx is an improvement
mhm.
from Amazing Spider-Man 2. We know he's in the movie. He's still not a great villain to me. They did they dialed down all the goofy stuff from Amazing Spider-Man 2, but I still just didn't find him very like Electro like and very just threatening or menacing. And it just seemed like Jamie Foxx was just playing himself, really. Secondly, we know Sandman's in the movie, right? Like that was in the trailers.
Mhm.
I don't really even think Sandman needed to be in it,
Yeah, kind of
frankly.
agree with that one.
Like
Don't-
I don't really think. Not to mention Thomas Hayden Church was never on set once for that film.
Damn. Did not know that one.
I didn't know that one.
Mhm.
But when you were explaining the reason why you gave it what you gave it and not to
Okay.
go over spoilers, it makes more sense now. I'm not saying what you gave it was wrong or was inaccurate. I completely agree with
Here,
the statement. I just
let's whip out. Let's whip it out.
Hey, 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 hey. We
What
may
do
be
you?
working
Hey,
tonight,
Mike. What do you? What do
so-
you?
but not here, not in this.
That's not what I'm talking. You know, you guys always have your mind in the gutter. I gave the film an 8.5 out of 10. That's very
Mhm.
good. Tom Holland faces an emotional and physical gauntlet in Spider-Man No Way Home that puts him through trials and tribulations like never before seen in the MCU. In many ways, this is the most Spider-Man of any previous MCU outing, and Holland's Peter truly becomes his own hero. The multiverse aspect may be very exciting to some, but the movie's early premise suggests there was a plot that could have worked even better without it. And that's just my opinion. Regardless, this is a genesis that MCU Spider-Man never truly had on screen, and it's one with emotional punch. So, what are you? So Malik, any problems with that?
no, I have no problems with your critique on it
Because
at all.
you had a problem earlier, and you were chewing me out.
I wasn't trying to chew you out. I was just
I feel chewed out, Malik.
no,
I feel threatened and violated.
no.
This no longer feels like a safe space to me.
It's a completely safe space.
Yeah.
You know more about the MCU than I do. I'm not
Okay.
critiquing you on that. I just
But thank you for bringing that up, Malik. And by the way, anyone in the chat who wants to read my Spider-Man No Way Home review, you can go to 411mania.com/movies right now and check it out. So please do.
So we got Marvin commenting. Do you all think Spidey will show up?
No,
Episode.
that is another subplot line that I do not need.
no,
And Siddharth brought in. Are you guys excited for the last episode?
mildly.
Yeah, exactly. I would rather have low expectations and hope for the best.
So
and be
where we left off,
Mhm. Kingpin on a phone.
they did the big. It was credited as Vincent D'Onofrio, but I mean, I was like that cell phone photo wouldn't even hold up in court.
So
Like
what?
a lawyer would be like, "Mr. Fisk, is this you?" He's like, "I made mistakes when I was a boy."
So what was the better reveal? Daredevil and Spider-Man?
I don't know what you're talking about. I think Yelena was a better reveal a couple episodes ago because at least we saw her and like she was doing something.
Yep.
And I feel like they've been building up to Kingpin this whole series, and then to just have a blurry cell phone photo was really blew it to me.
Mm-hmm.
I think Yelena stole the show. I think we get maybe 5 minutes of Kingpin in this episode.
What if it's Evan Peterson, Ralph Boner situation?
That would suck.
Oh my gosh.
Evan Peters from WandaVision.
That would suck.
Ralph Bonner, excuse me. However you say his name.
Boner?
Whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
What was the point of that in the first place? I still never understood.
In WandaVision?
Yeah.
I think they wanted to just bait and switch the audience and say like, and kind of like have a meta commentary on how sitcoms will sometimes recast actors. Like one of the daughters on Roseanne was played by 2 actresses, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was like one, a meta commentary on that, and 2, they did it by messing with Wanda's head, like, oh, this guy clearly isn't her brother, but like they hired a different actor to play the role of her brother to kind of like keep tabs on her and find out what she's done to this town and all that.
Yeah. So, Marvin, do y'all think Kingpin and Clint are going to fight?
No, I think they're going to keep Kingpin sort of in the shadows here. I think they're going to I think whatever they're going to do with Kingpin, they're primarily going to set up for the Echo series.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we get much of them. Get an actual.
But like, what if the big reveal is that this is like a puppet Kingpin and Eleanor Bishop is the real Kingpin? Like, what if Vincent D'Onofrio is just like an actor posing as a face? Kind of like, look, Marvel has done this before. Look at Trevor Slattery with the Mandarin in Iron Man 3. And then we get the real Mandarin in Shang-Chi, Wenwu. So I'm just saying there's precedence for this.
Clint talks about Kingpin, but he doesn't see the picture and say Kingpin. So it is true. It could be it could happen.
We do know that apparently this Kingpin was apparently Maya Lopez's uncle from when she was young.
Yeah.
But what if it's been Kate Bishop secretly this whole time, pulling all the strings of the misery in her life? You would like that, right, Malik?
That is a horrifying. She needs to seek help in counseling.
Who?
Kate Bishop. If she's Kingpin, she needs to be checked into a 5150.
You mean Eleanor?
Eleanor,
yeah.
Well, why Eleanor?
Well, okay, no. I take that back. I thought you were referring to Kate bringing all this upon herself.
Oh.
Which is why I made that statement. But if it is Eleanor,
oh yeah, I mean, we can't completely eliminate that possibility either, Malik.
How do you explain that? Is this going to leak over into Echo?
Maybe she has an Infinity Stone or something. Maybe she has a multiverse variant.
That would raise more questions, and I would need more episodes. At least for me, I would want more episodes because now you have a variant. Now we're tying 2 shows into one, essentially. If you have an Infinity Stone, that raises even more questions than at least having a variant. Which that still left a terrible taste in my mouth about how the TVA just treated Infinity Stones like weights. I can't hear you.
Excuse me, I didn't care for that either. Is the episode up yet, Mike?
No, not yet.
Okay. Well, here's what I want to know: Is Clint going to get back to his family and celebrate Christmas with his family? And frankly, why is his wife putting up with all this? Like, everything is bouncing off of his wife. Like, what did the wife do? Like,
back in a box.
Is the wife like a Black Widow or a secret agent or something? Because like everything is just bouncing off of her.
Yeah.
She knows about the Rolex. She speaks German. Something's going on with the wife too. That like they aren't telling us.
Exactly. I don't know. I really don't know.
By satisfied, do you mean like out of 10, like a 7 out of 10? Because we haven't rated any of these episodes at a 7 so far. I think the first episode.
I think I had like the first couple episodes like a 7.
I had
the first episode.
Had the first episode as a 7.
The third episode, I would put the third episode like a 7.5. I think that was the one with the big action scene, right?
Yeah.
The
It
car
was.
chase. Yeah, that was a
was.
pretty good episode.
And Marvin just reiterated something we've already been talking about. And the Lena turning good, it's kind of hard. I don't know. I don't know. That's the problem. There's so many loopholes that need to be tied up, and I don't know how long this episode is going to be. Have we heard anything about the length of the episode yet?
I think 49 minutes, but that would suggest there's going to be a good like 7-8 minutes of credits.
Yeah.
Because like, let's see. Here,
let's bring up so we have episode 5 now. The length on Disney Plus is 44:16. So let's see here.
The longest episode was episode 2 with 51 minutes.
Okay, so
while we were looking
it goes to credits at 38:45. That's right after the blurry cell phone photo. So then we have the animated credit sequence. We have the animated credit sequence.
Yeah. So before we continue, since it's almost going to be 11:50, and so far episodes have dropped at 11:50, just to let everybody know that as soon as the episode drops, we're gonna go to mute. We're gonna take off our video cameras, and we're gonna watch the episode, and then we'll return immediately.
In about an hour.
Yeah, about an hour, and we'll immediately return to talk about the show, and we'll have everybody come in. So while you're doing that, if you want to invite friends to come in to talk about the episode, please share. Tell people who are around. Let's try and get a big group together and really get a good conversation, as this is the final episode of Hawkeye. Continue on, Jeffrey.
Okay, so we went out. It went out at about 38:45. That includes with like recaps, logos. So then there's about there's a good 6+ minutes of credits for this episode. So if it's like 50 minutes this week, that would suggest there's going to be like, I would say 45 minutes, or I don't know. We'll find out. But each episode has like 6 minutes of credits, basically. 6-7 minutes of credits, we're talking.
Okay.
And that was so when it says 44 minutes, or where it says 45 minutes for Hawkeye, that's like 7 minutes of credits right there.
Yeah.
So I mean, these aren't really that long. These aren't really super long episodes when you really get down to it. Do you all think anyone will die in this episode? I think the only ones who would die would maybe Kazi would be the only one who would die. I think if anything, I think Eleanor, at worst she would get arrested or something if anything happens to her. Yeah. Obviously nothing's going to happen to Kingpin because they're doing the Echo series, and you don't hire Vincent D'Onofrio unless you have plans for him.
Exactly.
Or I would say that's the case.
I agree.
So
11:49. Let's see if
we're getting there.
See where we're at now. Jumping the horn. Nope, still not on yet. It's not on mine.
Not on mine. I think to go back to the Yelena question, Yelena kind of is just a rogue agent now, so she kind of does whatever she wants to do. So I don't think there's no turning good or turning bad. She just has her own set of rules that she plays by.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it. Yeah. Plus, I mean, her main motivation, by the way, is really she blames Clint for what happened to Natasha.
Yep. But the episode is up. It is on.
Okay.
So we're gonna go watch the episode. Don't forget to come back and join us for the after talk, and we'll see you soon.
All right, we are back, everyone. So once Mike and Malik are done with the episode, we will be continuing the watch party in just seconds. So well, I'm already looking at the comments here. Jeffrey here. So we are going to be having our post-episode discussion of Hawkeye. This was a season finale, or finale, what you call it. Yeah, we're gonna be getting into that, Marvin. So stay tuned. Hello. Okay, so we had our official MCU debut of Vincent D'Onofrio as the Kingpin. I'm not counting that last episode. We got it this episode. So we never found out what the Rolex was about, other than that it did belong to Laura, but we never found out its greater purpose, other than I guess she used to be a SHIELD agent, something. Maybe she was Mockingbird. We never really learned all the. It's kind of like it was a MacGuffin. It was a bait and switch. We did have a fight with Kingpin. It was with Kate. She managed to win that fight, and then it looked. I don't know. Maya had that scene with Maya. Now that scene was a bit like what story? Daredevil, Echo. What was that? It's kind of like Echo's debut story, where in the climax, she has that interaction with Kingpin after she finds out what she did, or what he did to her father. So that's kind of where that. So they did kind of take a loose adaptation of the comics there. Well, who's to say who's to say? Well, look, that scene is taken from the comics, and Kingpin did survive that moment in the comics when we thought he died. Or wait, as I recall, it wasn't Echo that shot him. Let's see, I'm trying to find where that story was. I think it's called Vision Quest. So what I recall happening in that story is a witness guns down Kingpin, and we think he's dead temporarily, but of course he's not dead because he's Kingpin, he's Wilson Fisk. So yeah, we're gonna get into that. I had very little use for that musical number. I'm just I mean, it's just such a weird note to leave that on. I'm not really a big musical person, so to kind of just give us a post credit scene of a musical number from a fictional musical, I found very banal.
Really? A
Yeah,
musical number to as an extra credit scene?
yeah, that was kind of disappointing. Kind of sums up the whole show for me, Mike.
Yeah.
Kind of like just underwhelming. Malik is so disappointed. He's got his hood up. He doesn't even want to. He doesn't even want to show his true expression.
It was a piece of shit cut.
Wow. Man, you and Marvin are on the same.
I was just like,
oh man.
Really? The musical? Like that's all we got was the musical? Oh man.
Well, I mean when Marvel, like, when they gear us up so much for these post-credit things, and they make, they build them up so much, and then we're expecting some big finish, some big reveal, and then we get just a musical number. And to me, the musical itself is a joke. It's like sort of like when we see Clint watching the musical in the first episode, he's absolutely miserable and he hates it. Like what makes the producers and writers think we want to watch that either? Because Clint doesn't even care about it and hates it. You know what I mean? So I guess, yeah. I was kind of underwhelmed by this whole season. The only thing I really liked this season was Kate, kind of.
Mm-hmm. I
And
agree.
I guess at least they gave us some kind of resolution with Yelena and Clint. They kind of found a resolution there, I guess. So yeah. But we did get so Malik, what's your evaluation of Vincent D'Onofrio making his MC? This was his true MCU debut. I don't count what that crap in the last episode. Kingpin.
There's no way he's dead, right?
I mean,
That's past this like intro and exit. I think.
I would hope I would hope they didn't. You don't. If you bring him in and that's the end of Vincent D'Onofrio's run as Kingpin, like that would be horrendous to me, especially in light of other things that are going on in the MCU. If that's all we get of Vincent D'Onofrio, that would be horrendous and it would be a giant waste. But yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't really do much justice to him in the comics at all.
I did get two things right though. I said Kazi was going to die before
Mhm.
we got started, and I said Eleanor was going to get arrested. So I got, and
You got
hey,
one more right. I don't remember.
I got one more right. The watch was Laura's. It was Laura's watch.
Okay.
So I was right about that. We never learned what the frick the watch was, other than that she was probably a Shield agent, and the watch belonged to her in Shield. So that's how she. So even that here's my problem with the watch. Like the Kingpin wanted the watch, the Tracksuit Mafia wanted the watch. The watch belonged to Laura. Laura was an agent. Was Laura Mockingbird? Like, we didn't get any of that. Like, to me, it's not a good payoff when you set something up like that. It was underwhelming to me. Because even in the last episode, like, Clint was like, "Oh, Maya still has a watch." What did you think of Vincent D'Onofrio this episode, Mike? Because like he was the big attraction of Daredevil on Netflix.
Yeah, and in this, I think it's the whole thing that for me is that they didn't really build anything around him. They just, hey, here's Kingpin, there you go, and it's like from what we saw in Daredevil to now, I mean, it's a completely different thing. And I want to know more about what in this scenario, in this world, what did he play?
Because Daredevil's not technically a part of this version of the MCU, right?
No.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Or is it?
That's what I was trying to figure out.
I'm still.
They always said that it wasn't.
I'm very confused. I'm very confused on what's going on. I'm very confused about what's going on right now. What's the word I'm looking for? Is it nebulous?
Yeah.
All very what's going on with Daredevil, Kingpin, in the MCU? It's all very nebulous. You know, it's nebulous.
Yeah. Hey, Marvin, I don't feel bad for you. I feel like overall, I think there were some good parts, and I think there were more bad parts that were good.
Well,
and I agree with Marvin.
What really got done? What really got done here? I guess did they? I mean, they arrested. I guess they uncovered Eleanor's role in all of the criminal activity and arrested her. And I guess Kate is his new apprentice. So I guess there's that.
Yeah. Echo standing out on what I don't know what they're going to do with her series, but we already see that she stood up to Kingpin.
Right. So.
And he's not dead, because something tells me that if they would have, why would they? Something tells me she just flesh wounded him.
And then, did Kingpin have superpowers? Because they made it seem like he was.
Yeah.
Because he was just shrugging everything off.
Mm-hmm.
In that fight.
Yeah.
So he seemed even stronger, more powerful than he was in the Daredevil series. So
that's why I say it doesn't make any sense to me, because in the Daredevil series he wasn't as strong as what he is now, and it's like this is why I kind of I'm just all over the place. Like, what the hell?
now that the entire show is done, and I have like a chance to reevaluate, this show came way too late, and so did
Yes.
Black Widow. We could have gotten both of those a lot earlier. I mean, Black Widow for what it did and what it stood for, I understand when it came, but it still could have come earlier. This show could literally be in phase 1, and it won't make a difference.
Well, I mean, like, what was the point? Okay, I ask you all, what was the point of waiting until episode 6 to reveal Kingpin?
Yeah.
If Kingpin's like the end game here, like, why not show him throughout the series so we can have, maybe not from the first couple episodes, but why not bring him in episode 3 so we get to have some fun with Kingpin, see what he's up to, what his whole criminal enterprise is. And secondly, I just can't buy the fact that he's running the whole tracksuit mafia, because the tracksuit mafia were just like,
Yeah.
like they were freaking, like they're the Keystone Cops of the MCU. Like, come on here.
Exactly.
Like
And
they
that's the
couldn't.
thing.
These
And-
guys couldn't find these guys. I mean,
He seems so happy to see the truck pull up to save him too.
Yeah.
trust a bro.
Like,
Exactly.
he was just so relieved. Like, yes, take me out of here. But oh man,
It's all over the place. This whole series has been all over the place.
These guys couldn't find, their noses on their faces or something. I don't know, some sort of, they're idiots. They're idiots. Like, what? How am I supposed, like, Kingpin using these guys even as his goons is a major leap for me.
Yeah.
Because in Netflix, he was using like Nobu and Madame Gao and some more, he had some more competent associates than what he had here.
Yeah. I agree. It's just
And to end to end the season with a musical number, that was like,
I mean,
it's like, what they know. Oh, so everybody wants to go see Spider-Man already. So look at they it's in the same world, and now here's the entire music. It's like,
also we had the big thing with the LARPers, like they're putting on costumes now and they're doing crowd control. Like,
yeah, and I agree with
I could have done without all the LARPing stuff. And then
the only thing that makes sense from the LARPers is the fact that Grills is kind of a main character in the Hawkeye comics.
Right.
I don't need the rest of them though. I just need Grills.
I think one of the ladies is a superhero called, I think she's called Bombshell or something. I want to say. And then okay. So Mike, the watch reveal. They set up the watch. So I was right about the watch belonging to Laura. Like, the watch belonged to Laura, and Laura, we all agreed Laura was a SHIELD agent or something, like some sort of, she was some sort of spook.
What if she had somebody who was related to her in SHIELD?
I mean, I think we can connect the dots that she had, like, because Clint was like, take better care of your stuff. It was her watch, and it had a SHIELD. So I think we can all reasonably assume she was an agent at some point, right?
Did the watch say number 10 at the bottom of it?
It had a number or something on the bottom of it.
10.
Here, I'll look at it again.
As opposed to.
But do you think that was a good? Do you think that after all that buildup, that was a good reveal on the watch?
Oh no, they could have done a better job and do a better story about what the watch really, why it meant so much. Because it's like the watch, it just makes it seem like, oh well, okay.
So is Kate gonna live with the Barton family now? Is that?
Oh, here we go. 19.
19.
Yeah.
What is that? So it's an Easter egg, I'm assuming. But what
is that? An Easter egg?
Well, I'm saying, what would 19 on a SHIELD watch with 19 underneath the SHIELD logo on the back of a Rolex?
I don't know what that. Here, let me look at something. Mockingbird.
Yeah.
I feel like if they revealed like that, maybe she was going to be Mockingbird or something, and she retired. Yeah. The number is 19. I think we can agree.
I mean, it's an oyster.
I don't know what the 19 represents. So I'm stunned. I have no idea there.
Nick Fury, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. number 19, Marvel Comics, January 1st, 1996. Could it have something related to that?
Maybe. Let's see. But look, in the comics, Clint had a love affair. He was married to Bobby Morse, aka Mockingbird, who was part of the West Coast Avengers. So my thought was maybe she was going to turn out that was her old identity, but her name is Laura now. And Laura was the name of his wife in the Ultimate Comic universe. So,
okay, Marvin.
Agent 19
is Mockingbird.
Is Mockingbird.
There you go. Okay, here we go. Bobby Morse, Agent 19. So I guess this would be confirmation that she was a subtle confirmation, but I feel like they built it up, and to me, just to have that was a bit of a letdown.
Yeah.
Okay. So all right.
Was the first introduction of Mockingbird, possibly?
Her first introductions was in the 1970s in Astonishing Tales number 12, June 1972. But her character, her designation, Agent 19.
Mm-hmm.
So there we go. Thank you, Marvin.
Yep. Great.
So I guess this is confirmation that at some point in her life she was a Mockingbird or S.H.I.E.L.D. agent. So maybe we'll get, if they do a season 2, we'll get some sort of.
Do we want a season 2?
Well,
is it worthy of a season 2?
They're gonna do more with these characters.
Yeah.
I mean, they have long-term plans for these characters.
Yeah.
Will they make a season 2? I don't know, but they will use these characters more. We'll see more of Clint. We'll see more of Kate, possibly Laura, but who knows?
Yeah.
But
will we see more of Yelena?
Oh, we'll definitely. Oh, yeah. Okay, so let's get into Yelena, the resolution, how they resolved the whole Yelena Clint conflict. Was everyone satisfied with that?
I was okay with that. It just, I don't know. I wish I would have told it, like, if she would have told the story of how she found out that, or how that person, Elaine, tells her at the end of Black Widow, like, oh yeah, she killed your sister.
Okay, here's one problem with all, since the Black Widow movie didn't come out until after Endgame, there was no resonance in Endgame that Natasha was trying to save her sister as well.
No.
Because we didn't find out until this series that Yelena got disintegrated during the blip.
Yeah.
So, but the main motivation in Endgame was Natasha wanting to save Clint's family and to help Clint. That was her main motivation. Yeah. But we never got this whole thing that, my sister, her sister, would have been motivation as well.
Yeah.
So that would have if we got Black Widow before Endgame, that would have really helped that film, don't you think?
Yeah.
Would have helped both Black Widow and Endgame.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not just Clint's family she's trying to save, it's her sister who had her whole life taken away from her.
Yeah.
By the Red Room.
No sense.
So it would have made her whole character arc. We didn't really find out about her sister and her sister getting snapped by Thanos until this season. In Black Widow and this season.
And let me just answer Marvin's question right here, since I don't know how long he's going to be with us, but we'll be back next week for the Book of Boba Fett, just to let you know. And we'll
that's right.
Yeah,
1 week.
Thank God. Hopefully that will take the taste out of my mouth for this series. Because
I didn't hate the show.
It's not just entirely bad. It's just poorly written and executed.
I just want, if you're gonna give us the MCU debut of Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin.
Mm-hmm.
And look, Vincent D'Onofrio was, with what he was given, he did very well.
Mm-hmm.
I needed like to shove it all into the last episode. Kind of just it frustrates me.
Yeah, I did not see that.
Was there a Craven reference? Malik, did you see something?
I'll see the Craven Hunter reference.
No, I didn't see that.
No.
Only thing I really got from this series so far is Kate could possibly be in Young Avengers.
Is that what? Mm-hmm. But are they doing a Young Avengers movie? Is that?
It's rumored.
Just call it Avengers, whatever. It doesn't have to be Young Avengers.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
Marvin, if you know the Craven the Hunter reference, please share it with it, because I missed that. So yeah, obviously, so the obvious thought is the 19 on the Rolex is a Mockingbird reference, and that Laura is her real name is probably Bobby Morse or Mockingbird.
Yeah. As for you guys think Kingpin died, they panned up, which leaves an opening. No, I don't think she killed him.
If they did kill off Kingpin, then I will never forgive Kevin Feige. I will never forgive Marvel Studios. So
yeah, I don't think they killed him.
I don't think they're that dumb, but you never know. In Hollywood, you never know. So I don't think he's dead.
I think they want you to believe that he's dead, but he's not.
Because I think there was a similar scene in Echo's debut story where like a witness guns down Kingpin, and we do think he falls off a bridge, and we think he's dead for a little while, but he comes back.
Yeah, I'm hoping we see more stories of what this,
especially since we've all seen No Way Home. Mm-hmm. To not have Kingpin hanging around the MCU in light of what happened in No Way Home would be monumentally stupid. I think Malik, you agree, and Mike, you agree, correct?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
When Kate and Kingpin were fighting in the shop, there was a Craven the Hunter poster.
That's very good. I'm gonna have to.
I'm gonna look at that again.
I did not even see that.
I didn't see that either.
So let's see. I'm trying to find that. Trying to find that fight.
Yeah, that's
it's just the Tracksuit Mafia as bad guys were just so.
Yeah.
Like Kazi wasn't an interesting villain. And we didn't get Kingpin until the last episode. So all that was kind of just underwhelming to me. Like for most of the show, it was Maya. Mm-hmm. And now Maya doesn't even care about Clint and Ronan anymore.
Yeah.
Even though Ronan did kill her father. So I mean, this doesn't really absolve. I don't see how any of this really absolves Clint of killing her father. So, all right. I'm looking at this fight here. I'm trying to see. I don't see
I don't know. This episode, this whole series has just for me been like
why couldn't we get like one scene in episode 5 with Vincent D'Onofrio?
That's why I say the perfect scene would have been after like in episode 3 towards the end, or maybe the beginnings of episode 4. Because it would have made sense. It just doesn't.
I guess because they had Yelena in episode 4.
Yeah.
So they wanted to. I imagine they wanted to spread out the reveals.
And that's why I say I think 6 episodes is not enough for something like this.
Well, to introduce Kingpin in the MCU, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not really seeing a. I'm not really.
3801 is what Marvin's saying.
All right.
There was. Let me take Michael's down for right now. Pull this up. Go to 3801. There was penguins that resemble Craven the Hunter. Any thoughts?
I'm looking at it right now.
Like I said, did you guys have any underlying thought that
No,
Clint
those
would have
don't.
had that episode?
No, that does not look like Kraven the Hunter. I'm sorry. No,
As for
it's not.
Michael's question, no, I knew he was gonna survive.
No,
No.
You
because
don't. You don't-
they said they had more plans for Jeremy Renner.
Mhm. Yeah, so this was just
And the whole and like the way they set up the show, of course he's going to get back to his family for Christmas Day.
yeah.
They're not going to end the show with like Laura going to his home and like, I'm sorry your dad couldn't make it. He was a good, like, there's no way they were, because you know that they weren't. This was kind of a very campy show at times. Like you had LARPers showing up in costume and saving the day at the end. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Do you think we will see Clint in the Multiverse of Madness? No.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Uh,
We're gonna see Wanda. I know we're gonna see Wanda.
yeah.
We're not gonna
And
see Clint.
Chavez. Well,
Right,
that's very interesting.
Correct.
But was there anything I missed?
So there you go. So there you go. We're getting a lot of Latin representation, Mike. That's been a big
time. How long have we been?
We have
waiting?
Maya Lopez. We have We have Tony Dalton, and now we have America Chavez. So how are you feeling about that?
How long did we wait? Just saying.
13 years.
Yeah. Was there anything I missed in the post-credit scene, or was that just a waste of time? It was a waste of time.
You didn't miss anything, Daniel.
You didn't miss a thing.
You saw the first episode. You didn't miss anything.
As Michael would say, it was a waste of time. Just the rest of the music.
I fast forwarded through that whole scene.
You guys don't seem pumped.
I
actually am.
There is a specific reason I am excited about Multiverse of Madness, but we can't. There's not a lot we can talk about because it's related to spoilers for No Way Home. So,
and I thought that we're gonna release a trailer on Monday.
Yeah,
but I was shocked that they didn't. So I don't want to get too much into it until probably next week.
Because so if you want to know more about Multiverse of Madness, watch No Way Home.
Yeah.
Did you all hear
that Tom Holland is getting a trilogy?
I don't know if that's confirmed yet, but
they already said there's going to be 3 more Spider-Man movies, but they did not say if Tom Holland was returning.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean they should
going around.
I mean they should because the way they should because
yeah. After making that much money, there's no way they're not going to bring them back.
Okay. This is from Variety. According to longtime Spider-Man producer Amy Pascal, Holland is expected to keep playing the role for more movies. We don't know how many movies. This is not the last movie we are going to make with Marvel, not the last Spider-Man movie. So that's what she told Fandango. So she talked about that last month. So they have plans for more Spider-Man films. We don't know exactly what this.
Yeah.
Punisher, good question. We don't know. We do not know. Mike, do you know?
Nope. Don't have a clue.
Do you know? Is Netflix canon?
They treat it like if it's canon, but I don't know if it's canon or not. Because
it's hard.
You would think they would show and build up.
Is Luke Cage canon?
It's hard to. I don't know. It's hard
Josh
to say.
I thought it was. I don't know.
I always expect too much going into these Disney Plus season finales, and it's always actually what I expected it in the worst way possible.
I think WandaVision had a good finale. I think WandaVision ended well.
The ones that I like,
Joshua, what did you dislike about Loki's finale? I think Loki had a great finale. I thought WandaVision had a good.
I think Loki had a fairly good finale.
I think WandaVision was kind of I don't know why it's getting awards. Loki had a good finale.
Falcon and Winter Soldier was it was
kind of anticlimactic.
Yeah, I agree.
To answer Koki T's question, no, we don't believe Kingpin died. At least that's what we're under the assumption.
People were really mad Spider-Man didn't show up.
Spider-Man is not gonna. They're not gonna use. They don't have the budget for Spider-Man. Like they have a budget, but not.
And then also too,
Spider-Man budget.
The agreement with Sony yeah, they're partnering and they're working together, and I don't think they're gonna put something like Spider-Man in this.
There's so many rumors going out. I heard rumors about Andrew Garfield again. I can't put any validity in any of this.
Yeah, well, I mean,
aside from Loki, forgot to mention that.
did people really
like?
come on, guys! Like, come on, guys! Did you really think Spider-Man was going to show up in a Disney Plus show? Because at the end of the day, even though Marvel is co-producing the Spider-Man films, Sony they control the film. They control the film rights for Spider-Man in live action.
I think
at the end of the day,
Michael McGillian, I think the Spider-Man College Years films probably will introduce Sinister Six, and Kingpin will fund the project. It's possible.
I would love to see Sinister Six.
Yeah, I think the Sinister Six will be coming.
Oh, if they had Kingpin in the Spider-Man films, that would be really cool. I would love to see that, but we'll see.
Marvin, okay, didn't anyone else think Doctor Strange seemed a bit off in Spider-Man No Way Home, like he was not himself or someone else? Maybe that's just...
No, I didn't get that at all.
There was a point where I thought there's one point where I thought he did, and it may have threw me off a little bit. So,
well,
I wish I could talk about this, but I don't know how many people actually have seen it yet.
Exactly. I mean, you could see everything pretty much already on YouTube. But I don't know how many people have seen everything. Punisher, they need to move those dark street level characters like Jessica Jones, Daredevil, Punisher to Hulu, or make a Disney Plus 18.
The problem is that Netflix owns. They still own all the previous seasons.
Yeah, but I think he's talking about for a new interpretation.
I mean, I'd be if they had like a Marvel hypothesis, like if they did like a Marvel Knights, like a series of like TVMA shows similar to the Netflix shows that were this time officially tied into the MCU for Hulu, I think, and call it like the Marvel Knights. I think that'd be perfect, because to me that's what kind of like the spirit of Marvel Knights was when the Marvel Knights imprint first started. They had some darker, more adult type stories that were part of the larger Marvel universe, but they involved darker, more adult themes and subject matter. You had Daredevil, you had Punisher comics, Elektra. Yeah, you had a bunch of like, who did you have in the Marvel Knights imprint? I think there was even Black Panther in the Marvel Knights at one point.
Joshua Z, the post-credit scene should have been Daredevil chilling on vacation to explain where he was the whole show.
You had Inhumans. Doctor Strange was even part of the Marvel Knights imprint one.
Yeah. Do you think Loki will show up in the Multiverse of Madness? Yes, he's already he's in.
He could.
Well, no, he's in the IMDb credits.
Oh, okay, cool.
He's in that's
IMDb though, Mike.
Yeah, but it's literally 95% on.
No,
he's in the movie. He's even said he was in the movie.
You're in the movie.
Well, no, I'm not in the movie. I'm only in. You remember I'm Latino. They don't let us in. Into these.
America Chavez.
How many years? How many years did it?
Okay, who cares how many years they're doing it now?
Reference in Spider-Man of paying nod to Miles Morales.
Why are you? Why? You're so negative, Mike. You're so negative, and you're focused like they're okay. They had a lot. They had a lot with Cox as Maya Lopez in this show, and then Tony Dalton, who's a Mexican American actor, as Jack Duquesne.
Yeah.
So, and he got to save the day at the end here. He got to beat up some bad guys.
I'm just saying, because
why are you being so negative?
Because we haven't seen it in some time, and we're finally seeing some characters come.
All right, so instead of focusing on it took a long time. Boo hoo. Boo freaking hoo. Do you want a cookie? Do you want a medal?
I do want a medal. After all the bullshit I had to go through when I first started in this business, Yes, I do want a medal.
Where are all the where's all the Jewish representation here? They didn't even get a Jewish actor. They didn't even get a Jewish actor to play Moon Knight. How do you think I feel?
Jeffrey, they're all behind the scenes making all the money, friggin' tech.
That's
Okay,
racist.
so
But
That's
it's
racist,
true.
Mike. That's a
It's
stereotype.
true.
Stereotypes.
It is true.
Stereotypes.
Do y'all think
Stereotypes.
MJ and Ned will be the next Spider-Man?
no.
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 I don't know where that.
Punisher. I'm just nervous they're going to water down those characters from Netflix. John Bernthal said he will only come back if they keep the dark tone. Well,
yeah.
We'll see. We don't know what they're doing with Punisher or John Bernthal, if anything, yet.
Yeah.
Loki, Doctor Strange, and Wanda would be the best overpowered trio. I mean, I guess.
Well, let's see how Moon Knight is, because Moon Knight is kind of dark.
Moon Knight's probably going to be the next series.
Yeah, and Moon Knight is dark. So if they go dark on Disney Plus,
so next year we have Moon Knight, we have Miss Marvel, and She-Hulk.
Yeah,
will be the next.
From what we know right now.
So. From what we know now.
Mm-hmm.
No, do you think MJ and Ned will be in the next Spider-Man? Will be in.
Oh,
no, I don't think
we don't know. We don't know yet.
No, we don't have a clue. We
really don't know.
I don't think that they will be.
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll be off in college in Boston. So I mean, they left it a little. I'm sorry. They keep asking. Gosh, damn. Okay, I'm sorry.
So ignore Malik. He didn't.
Speaking of dark tone, where is Deadpool? Not in the MCU, just the next movie.
I mean, supposedly they're gonna. Deadpool's not really dark though. It's just like adult and comedic.
Mm-hmm.
Like irreverent is what I mean.
Yeah. Anyone else excited for Thor: Love and Thunder? Yeah, I am.
Well, I will say we got to see what they're doing. I got to see what they're doing with Thor: Love and Thunder.
Or the guy Butcher would be amazing to see on the big screen.
Yeah. Punisher. Why Marvel TV shows so damn short though? I mean, because they're going more for a mini. They're going more for a mini series format, more than And I got to tell you, like some of the later seasons of the Marvel Netflix shows did drag, don't you think?
Yeah, they did.
I'm not sure.
Sorry,
like
Siri, you need to put
the first season of Daredevil was like close to perfect and it was 13 episodes.
It was good.
Jessica Jones was a good first season, but I don't know. I felt at parts it did drag at times. Luke Cage for 2 seasons dragged a little bit. Even Punisher dragged a bit to me. So Iron Fist was just
yeah. When
trying to
got into
forget
the car
about it.
and the driver was dead, was the driver's head cut in half because it looked?
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
No, it was a gunshot wound.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I want to know from the three of you, which upcoming movie or show are you most excited for?
Marvin, do you mean Marvel or just anything?
Yeah, because
okay, Marvel, Moon Knight, easy.
Yeah, Marvel wise, I think movie. I'm definitely looking forward to Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Malik.
And then TV show. If we're sticking to Marvel, She-Hulk. I'm kind of interested in what they're going to do with that.
Okay, for a movie, I would say Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Yeah.
I would have to say the two answers. So for show, Moon Knight, because we don't have Moon Knight as a character yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to see how they do with this. Will they make it a short show? Will it be a little bit longer? I want to see how they really play, especially with what Mike said earlier. Are they going to go dark on Disney Plus? Like we've seen that they're they're teetering the line with certain cuss words that they're
asking Marvel. Marvin was asking that it's Marvel related.
Marvel, okay. So for show, Moon Knight. For movie, Multiverse of Madness, only because a lot of shows and movies have been leading up into Multiverse of Madness. Mm-hmm. So it should be the break for the year.
Joshua, I'm not really sure I agree there. They'll have plenty of opportunities to use the X-Men and later on.
Yeah. I think they're just letting it. They're trying to space it out as much as they can from what has been
Because
released already.
because look, like now that they can use X-Men, that's like one of the bigger IPs they have in their library right now. Yes, it will.
Yes,
Will Poulter was cast as Adam Warlock, so
Yep.
yes.
I really hope Miss Marvel is next, and hopefully we get the Marvels soon. Well, the Marvels is at the end of next year, isn't it? Or did it get pushed back?
The Marvels. The Marvels, I think, is 2023.
Yeah, can I remember it got pushed? They rearranged the schedule a lot.
Yeah, it's the Marvels, which is the sequel to Captain Marvel, is February 2023.
Yeah, that would be amazing to see Adam Warlock, Professor X, and Hugh Jackman for UX Universe.
I think they mean Fox Universe, and I
Fox
hope
Universe.
not. I hope not. I really don't want that.
Yeah.
I really don't want that. It would be dumb.
I think they need to build it out because
okay. If we see Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman in Multiverse of Madness, what's the point?
Yeah.
What are they bringing to the table in Multiverse of Madness except for it's just their first
fan service. That's what it's just.
It's fan service, but like, what about actual mutants? The actual X-Men in the MCU. That's what we need.
Yeah.
You can't just say, okay, here they are. We'll bring them from this unit. You need to establish the actual mutants and X-Men.
Yeah.
Who is the next main villain for the MCU? First Thanos, next. We assume it's going to be Kang, Jonathan Majors, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking it is.
That seems to be what they're gearing. We know he's going to be in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Yeah.
Will Wanda not turn into Scarlet Witch? Because that's what
she already has.
But I'm saying, so is she not the next villain technically?
I don't think so. I don't know.
No,
She could.
I know we're getting Jonathan Majors, but
I didn't get that. I didn't get that sense from her in WandaVision that's the route.
Well, I didn't get that sense from what we saw in the post-credit scene. That's all I'm saying. Even though
we assume it's Kang the Conqueror.
Let's be honest. By this time,
we can do a stream for that. Come on.
By this time of night, whoever's on here has probably already seen.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say. Based on what we've seen, I don't get that sense from Wanda, but who knows?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Let me get.
I mean.
Well,
I mean, even her being a villain in that story was somewhat nebulous.
Yeah, the Young Avengers would probably have to deal with Kang and calling it. I'm calling it. Possibly,
maybe we'll see.
Yeah, but I really don't know.
I don't think it has to be Young Avengers though, because if you get She-Hulk in there and Moon Knight, it's basically Avengers, and you have young and older heroes, so I don't see why it's.
Yeah.
Also, Kate's not really. I mean, Kate is young, but she's not really a teenager either.
Yeah. So, Phase 4 technically ends in 2023. Then, correct? From what they announced.
Let's see.
Because Phase 5 is Blade and
Phase 4.
I'm so excited for Kang.
No, Blade is Phase 4.
Oh, Blade is Phase 4? I thought it was Phase 5.
And Fantastic Four. So Phase 4 is going to be going for a minute. Yeah. It seems. And Guardians of the Galaxy is 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Marvels is 2023, and Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is 2023. Mm-hmm. Black Panther 2 is supposed to be 2022, but look, with
2022.
All these release dates, guys, are placeholders at this point because we're still in a never-ending pandemic, and No Way Home. Let's look at the box office for No Way Home.
Yeah, 270 million, 60 million.
Let's see I'm looking at Box Office Mojo.
Mm-hmm.
The final weekend tally was 260. So it did very well, but like only a handful of movies can do like really big business right now.
Yeah.
So it's possible some of these release dates will get changed again.
Yeah.
So who knows?
But we're getting to that hour of the night that we're gonna have to call it. Unfortunately.
I want to keep going. Malik, let's keep it going.
And no big team up movie. Hopefully Phase 5 starts with one, so we don't have to wait 6+ years.
Yeah, I get the sense we might not see X-Men until 2025.
Yeah, I agree.
If we see something X-Men.
The teaser from Multiverse of Madness was amazing.
But you know, I had so much fun doing this watch party series with you two guys, and yeah, so we'll be back next week. Yes. Same bad time and channel for Book of Boba Fett. I'm very excited.
Unfortunately, I have shit to do in the morning. So that's the only reason why we have to call it off. It's 1:30, 1:26 here in the West Coast. So I gotta tie this all up. But hey, everybody, tell them where they could find you and how they could follow you.
Malik, go ahead.
The comments are still flowing in. You can find me at Malik on Ox on all social media platforms. Thank all of you for joining in. It's a lot of you at the end. Hopefully we can get all of you guys next week for Book of Boba Fett. If you're into Star Wars, we don't know. Some of you guys are just strictly Marvel. Or if you're into everything. But that's where you can find me, follow me, talk to me. We can talk about all of it, Marvel, Star Wars, sports, all of it. I know baseball's still in a lockout and kind of sucks because we don't know if Jeffrey's one of his main players are going to stay on Houston or if he's going to leave. So I guess we won't find out until probably February.
All I know is that the Houston Astros are going to win another World Series, so don't worry.
How much are they going to pay for that one?
However much it takes, Mike.
But also, too, don't forget, follow Malik. He doesn't have much more time here on Muse, so that you can follow him in Medford over there at the CBS affiliate in Medford, Oregon. So if you're in Oregon, don't forget where you saw this guy first. Jeffrey, how can they find you?
All right. So if anyone would want to give me a follow on Twitter, I would very much appreciate it. It is at Wheeljack83. You can check out my review of Spider-Man No Way Home, The Witcher Season 2, The Kingsman, which comes out tomorrow, or I guess today, technically, Disney's Encanto, and Marvel's Hawkeye, and Ghostbusters Afterlife, plus my interviews with Ghostbusters Afterlife star McKenna Grace, Logan Kim, Celeste O'Connor, and also co-writer Gil Keenan, all at 411mania.com. So go to 411mania.com/movies. All that is up there right now if you want to check those out. And yeah, so thank you. And I'll see you all next week.
Yeah. And for this one, I hope Alabama doesn't win the national championship again. I agree with you. I really don't want Alabama to win again. And also, too,
Cincinnati didn't have to play them.
Yeah. But we got a lot of great stuff coming up, especially in January. If you have Roku, you could check a preview of what we're going to be doing on the MUSE TV network on Roku. It's coming to Amazon as well. So Amazon Fire Stick patrons, please, it's going to take a little time.
Marvin, 411mania.com. 411mania.com for my review of No Way Home. Yeah, let's go, everybody.
So with that, we'll see you next week for the first episode of the Book of Boba Fett. Don't forget to follow us. We'll have a link up by probably over the weekend because it is Christmas. I ain't going to be doing much. So we're going to be putting up a link. We'll have everybody ready. We'll have the same group of people here. We may bring in some new people so that we could make this even bigger. Don't forget to tell your friends. Thank you so much for everything. And we'll see you next week for the Book of Boba Fett.
Happy holidays and stay safe, everyone.
Yes, everybody have Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and we'll see you next week.